are here to interview Paul Michael Glaser, who grew up in Brookline, Massachusetts. He went to BU. He's a Massachusetts guy. And we're going to talk to him about the studio in Massachusetts and the birth of the creative community there and how to really rejuvenate.
Downtown Boston, and the snow would be drifted up to the second floor of the office building.
Oh my God.
It was like walking down a set of a science fiction movie.
Yeah, like a disaster movie or something?
It was amazing. Amazing, that kind of bug.
Volkswagen
bug. And my friends,
they were great in Boston.
They were great, but I'd drive around and my friends would all get in the car and give me grief about it. And while I drove, they would dismantle the car while I was driving. They'd screw everything like a fine. And then we got into a sport where we'd take the Volkswagen and we'd speed down these wide roads out of Newton. And then put it into a spin and end up in a snowbank and be able to just
lift it up, yeah.
Yeah.
When one thinks of Hollywood and production and acting and all of the theater and creative arts, one doesn't necessarily think of Massachusetts, but now there's talk about building a movie studio or two there. What do you think about all of that?
I think it's wonderful. First of all, I think it's very important that this movie making is dispersed. You know, I think it helps the industry basically stay a little more independent from the industrial mentality or the corporate mentality that seems to have, I feel, a bit too much influence on the movie making and the expression, the artistic expression of the people involved.
How about Massachusetts in particular?
Well, Massachusetts is an interesting place. I mean, I would be the last person in the world, probably because I'm from there, to try to define what Massachusetts is about. I mean, I know in my bones what it's about, and you know, I've always been fascinated by the Boston and the Massachusetts mentality. For me, it's home. I mean, I arrive at Logan Airport and, "Hi, Mr. Glaser, you want a car?" And I say, "Yeah, I want a car." I fall right back into my Boston accent. And I like the sense of humor there. I think it's a great sense of humor. I like the Yankee humor. And the kind of no-nonsense, call it as you see it attitude, which I find very, very refreshing. You know, I think it's a good thing. I'm very excited. I think it's a wonderful idea. I'm glad somebody's finally done it. I've heard people try to do it in the past. That it's actually happening now is fantastic, you know. And I don't know a lot about Plymouth except that I went there when I was a kid in school and we saw the Rock. But you know, the whole southern area, you know, the whole coast has always been a trip. I've always loved the Cape and the Vineyard.
And here we are in beautiful Beverly Hills. Can you see this view? I have to tell you that a lot of these houses out here are gorgeous. You know, you can see some parkland over there and everything else. But this, dear, is Beverly Hills. This is the place where everybody wants to land. Everybody wants a house here. Everybody wants, you know, the big bucks. You get out of the traffic to do that.
Tell us about your drive into to the tower this morning. That was interesting.
Yeah, I live 4.5 miles from the hotel, and it took me 45 minutes because there was an accident, there was road construction, and there was rush hour traffic. I can't wait to move to Plymouth.